Hey, parents of Aries children. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry I have been away for so long. Um, like I said before, if I don't have the energy to give, then I have nothing to give to you of value. So, we are going to do a 2021 review where I'm going to place 12 cards down and we're going to go through what kind of year your child is going to have for 2021. So we'll do 6 months at the top, 6 months at the bottom. And since we are already in April, we're going to draw an extra card for a recap just to see what could be on the horizon. So I still do want to use my chakra cards, my swatches of chakras, just to also get some insight on the emotional temperature. And then we will pull from the Mons Tarot to get a recap for January through April. So thanks you all for being here. And there we go. So, I want to pull the recap months first so this all makes sense. So I hope you all are doing well. And May's will be here very soon. May's readings should be here on the 15th of April. So I'm looking forward to getting back to a schedule. All right, so let's pull one for March. February. January and April. So let's see first what's on the horizon or what's happening in the month. So adventure. For your Aries child, you may have had a sense of adventure, and it makes sense. You have like the luck card, adventure, luck, followed with self-esteem. So this is the third chakra, the solar plexus. Both of these cards have a yellow background, which tells me that for your Aries child, the month of January could have had a lot of action involved, a lot of confidence was involved in that venture. Maybe something exciting happened, or there was something that they were looking forward to. And then we have the King of Cups. So I feel there was some passion, something that they were excited about. It could resonate as a relationship. It could resonate as a project. But for your Aries children, I really feel that it was something exciting, that they put a lot of passion and energy into, something that they were really looking forward to, some kind of adventure in the month of January. You can see that there's something that they were looking forward to. In this picture, there is like they're looking at binoculars. They're, with an elephant in the jungle. There's birds flying, I think. Yep, there's a bird and some kind of flying thing here. So some of you may have taken a trip in January. There was good weather, was some kind of adventure that your child was really looking forward to. Some kind of trip here with this boat as well. I feel like it was something that they were really looking forward to that brought them a lot of confidence. Now moving into February, there could have been some kind of letdown, a deception, some relationship let down that they had with the deception card. There was some decisions that had to be made too. With this, there was some kind of mental choice that had to be made with this deception. Right off the bat, I feel that it was some kind of relationship. It could have been with a family member, someone close. Obviously, it feels like somebody that they had a belief in let them down, or something turned for, I wouldn't say for the worse, but there was a different outcome than what they had anticipated, and it let them down, but it also caused them to have to make some very important, actionary decisions on where they stood with something. And then they have the Six of Swords, which makes sense that for whoever this was for, child wise, it was something that they had to decide to walk away from. Something very valuable, something precious here, because we see also with this, in January, this, I don't know what you call this, but this paper boat reminds me of nostalgia, or something that meant something, meant something to them. You have the fish here, so it could have been dealing with a Pisces, something dealing with like the Page of Cups, or some kind of water sign. But just making a conscious choice to move forward and move away from something. So that's what took place for your Aries child in February. Now moving on to March. Oh, it doesn't seem like you got any better. You have the villain card, and hopefully this can refocus. So someone is blamed as the villain, and I feel like your child sees someone else as the villain, and they feel themselves as being the victim here on this train track. Whatever path they were taking, you can see the transition between the two cards, because this one starts off really sunny. You can see here that the clouds start to turn, and it doesn't seem to get any better. So it could have been something gradual that took place. We got the same color here, which is fine. But this is speaking to our third, our third eye, not the third chakra. But this was in reverse. So again, it goes with the deception. This particular person may have, your child may have just had so much hopes with this person, only to be led astray by them. Hopefully this will focus. Yeah. So that's what happened in March. And the Empress, someone pulled away their energy. They didn't feel very giving. They felt taken advantage of. Again, maybe this boat thing is just a theme in the cards. But something very precious to them. You see, you have like the ladybugs here, which to me symbolize peace, fertility, growth, just some kind of feminine lady-likeness to themselves. Like this card is in reverse. So something was abandoned, something was taken advantage of. And I see purple as a theme here. We can also see a transition, because it goes from, this yellow here. You see a little yellow, the introduction of the purple, and then a lot more purple here. So now we're moving on to April. The month that we're in now. Today is the 12th, so this is what's going on in April for your little one. So a loss. Moving forward, and this to me seems like a transition, because we have this limitless. I'm assuming this is the 7th chakra card. So something is, you can see that the clouds are parting, that things are starting to get brighter. Yes, there is a loss, but we have trees, we have growth here. It's new growth. So this is a transition that has happened, and the potential is limitless. So even though it seems really bad, I feel like things are looking up for your Aries child. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So perhaps your child, they are looking up, they're focusing more on material things. They're putting their focus and energy on things that are more tangible, more logical, less of the heart. And you can see that the the picture is changing. There's more yellow, there's more brightness, there's more momentum of the solar plexus chakra. So hopefully that helps there. Now let's go on to the rest of the year. So in May, communication. Oh, this is good. So in May, it looks like we have, this to me looks like the heart chakra, but some communication is coming in, healing. So maybe this is a close relationship, but I just feel that for whoever this is for, an Aries child, and again, this could be an Aries moon, this could be Aries sun, it could be Aries Venus, Aries Mars, it could be an Aries child, it can be an Aries adult child. We're all someone's children. So it could be a child of any age, honestly, but that there is some kind of communication coming in, some desire to heal and repair what has been done, maybe going through old emails, seeing videos that were sent, looking at old text messages, looking at old letters, something of that nature that was sent, and re-looking at them from a different perspective. The sun is coming out, the clouds are parting. It's more of a blue sky. So to me, it appears that whoever this message is for, there is some rebuilding of trust that's coming back for this child, and this child is feeling whole and happy again. There's the introduction of hope and dreams. We have the third eye, being able to perceive. And so I really just feel that with this combination in May, that we will see a change, a positive change in what's to occur for your child this year. So let's move on to June. So for June, old wounds. Oh no. This is back and forth with whoever this is for. And obviously, for whatever reason, maybe this is just more of an emotional deck, but it's focusing on relationships. So finding a way to heal old wounds. There's something that takes place with creativity being blocked. This is the second chakra. So I don't know who this is for, but it just feels like some kind of emotional connection. It could be with a family member. For most, it probably will resonate more of a romantic relationship. So for older children, meaning possibly teenagers or children in their 20s and beyond, more adults. But it just feels like this is the child that wants this attention. And I really feel that this is a perception. That they're perceiving that this person is, denying them. Because Aries children can be like that. When they don't get their way, they can get in their head very quickly, and it can just be a pity party. So for whatever reason, the thought of the word perception came to mind. That this, keep in mind, you may have to tell your child that this is the perception of a reality. This is that the way that they see it may not be as it is. So you may have to tell them that, to keep that in mind. But it feels like this person is rejecting them, or it's bringing up old wounds, or this person has hurts and wounds that maybe they feel the child has something to do with, and it's pushing them away. But I strongly feel that perception is the big word here, that all of this old wounds madness, this rehearsing, this ruminating is in the minds of the people that are involved, that everything truly is okay. It's just there's certain things in the area of creativity that has been blocked. Old wounds are blocking the progress, perception. So just be mindful that in the month of June, a lot of things that can come up have to do with a perception, blocks in perception that need to be healed and changed to avoid this from sticking. Because I really feel that is a warning, that doesn't necessarily have to stay there. That's just giving you insight on what could, as a possible outcome, but not saying that is what the reality will be. So just take that in June as a warning that that's something that's possible if you don't change your perception now, if you don't if you don't encourage your child to look at the blocks in their creativity that is causing them to see, rejection or something, over and over again. Moving on to July, there is some healing, and I don't know what it is. It's like this back and forth, but it's all good. But as we can see, there is healing. There is some understanding, and I feel that finally your child is getting, it's like, congratulations, you've done it. The change in perception has allowed your child to see things as they are. This person probably was away because they needed to work on something with themselves, and that's why the child was like, what gives? It was all about timing. So just understand that the word for June is perception. The word for July is just understanding the timing. It was all about timing the whole time, and not to take things personally. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't even flip over this card. So July, there's a lot dealing with the heart chakra and forgiveness. And I think that is something that will show up for your Aries child in, the summer months. So these are just things to keep in mind moving forward, so that you can be aware and help to redirect. The energy is fluid, and these cards are just giving you things to look forward to that may come up this year. And it's up to you to decide if you want to manifest the energy as is, or if you want to redirect your energy so that you can have a more favorable outcome. Because always remember, we are all the captains of our own ship, and everything that we see is based on a perception of the reality that we think exists. But we're creating our own reality. And a lot of times, well, I won't say a lot of times, often we are miscreating our reality. So moving on to August, there's some independence. I see this as your child pushing away what no longer serves them. It's a season for isolation and reflection. I don't see this as a bad thing. I don't see this as negative. I think your child is understanding what no longer serves them, and they're pushing things away that just aren't helpful anymore. I feel that there are boundaries, blocks, walls, restructuring happening within them to make this possible. And so relationships are the focus. In the month of August, restructuring relationships, taking that creative energy and rebuilding the relationships that they want in their lives. It could be friends, it could be, close family members, it can be siblings, it can be with parents, whatever the case may be. There's or more so anticipate something with independence being a theme in August for your Aries child. And you may want to consider how you can, use that to the advantage of your family. How you can allow that, work that dynamic so it best helps your family. Let's move on to September. Not that orgasm has anything to do with your child, especially if they're young and prior to that age. So I'm just going to say that this is excitement. This is, reaching a goal, or, achieving whatever mindset that they had. And physical body. To me, this says that thankfully, they are not in their physical body. It's almost like they are not tied to, how do I want to say, their physical form. They're understanding that they are not a body, and that their abilities to create the desired outcome, it supersedes their physical form. So even though this says physical body, this energy right now feels very dense, very heavy, very, I'm into my physical form, or I am making my physical body real. Where to me, this feels like an abandonment of the physical form, that I am higher than my body, I am bigger than my body, I am spirit, I am love, I am safe, I am whole, I am healed, I am limitless. And somehow in the month of September, they achieve this self actualization, as I like to call it. I would not refer to it as orgasm. Perhaps, even as an adult, I would just say that this is a form of self actualization where they realize that they are bigger than their body and not tied to the density of their physical form. Moving on to October, romance. So I would say fulfillment. There's happiness here. Happiness in relationships. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Understand that this is the love pack deck that I'm using. So more so I'm using this for emotions, even though they can have somewhat of a love connotation. If we understand a lot of our connections, or a lot of the things that we encounter in this life have everything to do with relationships with other people. So in the month of October, your child could expect, I would say, friendship, amorous feelings, connectedness with the people in their life. It doesn't have to be romantic. Communication. We have communication in reverse, which is the fifth chakra. So there could be some challenges to this connection. There could be a fear to speak up and express themselves. So I see delays or fears or hindrances into getting this connection started. I see a lot of emotional, mental self-sabotage, like, well, I can't say that, or I don't know how to approach this person and ask for what I need. And when I say that, I'm not saying emotionally, like in a relationship, but just even it could be with a parent, a connection where, I may need more of a connection from my mom or dad, and I don't know how to vocalize it. So again, even though this is a romance or love deck, pay very put very little energy into these words, because to me they just help me redirect other instances that they could apply to. So in the month of October, I do see some coming together, but it's almost like the child, it's too good to be true for them. So they self-sabotage. It's like, wait a minute, this is too good. It's, and then it's this fear of just not letting it be and accepting it, and well, I don't know, and so they're making it more difficult than what they need it to be. So I say this as well. In the month of October, you may want to encourage your child not to think so much about it, not to overthink it. Go with the flow, let it play out. And it could be wanting to join a team at school or an extracurricular activity. Just encourage them to go with it. For some of you, I get swimming, I get dancing. Somebody may be afraid to try out for a dance team in October, but don't allow your child to get in their head. There's connections involved. There's good friendships that will develop with that dance team. And so I just ask you to encourage your child to go for it. Let's move on to the month of November for our Aries child. Yay! Some truth is coming out. I see this as a month of, again, healing, but almost like they're getting deeper within themselves. You see how she has a key. And it's, yes, she's presenting him with the truth, but it's almost like somehow she has already unlocked the key to a deeper consciousness. And it's funny, like I wasn't thinking that, but it's funny how without paying attention to this, I end up saying the words. But it's almost like she has already unlocked this, and she's guiding a friend like, hey, I want you to see this. I want you to see this for yourself. I want you to understand me better, or I've been able to articulate what it is that I need, and I can articulate that in a way to get you to understand what I need you to do to help me get it. So you could expect some truth from your Aries child, some direct truth, some very point blank honesty. because they've been able to tap into their divine consciousness in November. This whole process, this whole evolution for whoever this message is for, it's allowed them to get to a place where they've been within themselves and they're able to communicate certain things that they may not have been able to access before. And they are mature enough, they are confident enough, they are solidified within themselves that they are able to articulate that clearly. They're not afraid of, this person here. They're not afraid of if they're going to reject them or not. Let's see. There we go. They're not afraid of, oh, well, are they going to accept this key? Are they going to accept me? You see how content this person is, where she's like, nope, this is me. This is who I am. I've already done the work. I want you to find this piece too. Or I want you to uncover what I've already done for myself. So, in hopes it'll help them too and bring them to a place of understanding. So I just see that as a good time for your Aries child. Finally, we are moving on to December. In December, we have self-consciousness. Now, I do not see this as them. I see this as your Aries child. I see this as someone that they are in connection with, and they are now having to go through this journey. So I see your Aries child helping this person along the way on their path. You may have to be aware of codependent behavior. So you may have to, remind your child, okay, you are investing too much energy and time into this person. This person needs to do their own work. But I see that your child is healthy by the year end. They, whatever they had to go through this year, it's definitely made them more self-aware and stronger. Oh, wow. And so again, we have more purple. So we have the intuition card in reverse. Taking a moment. What does this mean? Yeah, like I was saying, like I said before, their intuition slipping away. That this person may be so self-conscious that it could bring them down, and so you may have to remind your child to listen to their intuition and not get caught up in trying to be a savior to this other person. So those are the messages that I have for your Aries child for 2021. Thank you guys so much for your patience, and we'll see you in a little bit for May's more detailed forecast.